Hey guys, it's Rombo here. Long time no see. I'm sorry about that, but I've been very, very busy. It's just been crazy. Please forgive me. I'm trying to get back on track here. Old grandpa, though, sometimes just time gets away from him, and but I'm trying to get back on the snide here. So, with no further ado, I'm gonna really whip through a bunch of the stocks that we've been going through and try to hammer out this video and get it out to you guys. And we'll start off with AAPT. This is the weekly chart. It looks like it's still straddling here. We're at 0069. We're at the below the -1 deviation, so we could come down here to around 0057 before things are said and done. And This is what it looks like on the daily. These squiggly lines are the weekly deviations. They're pretty much along the same line as the daily. So on this one, pretty much same thing rings true. We're straddling. It broke the downtrend, and now we're back down underneath it. If we have a good couple of days, it could try to get up to 0095. But if it stays below the downtrend, we're probably coming down to 004, or again on the weekly deviation 0032. With AEI, it looks like boy, I had a target right here, back here, and look at, we just about hit it. I haven't looked at AEI in a long time. So downtrend, we're right at the average price, so we're just breaking down below it. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Well, we cross the. I'm sorry, colorblind here. Some of these. So we're one deviation up, and we're leveling out. So we could see a pop here, to 0.89 area, or we could come back down to 1875. But we're holding steady here, so that's a good sign. If I zoom in, we had a nice curl up here today, kind of an inner candle, which usually means that we're going to pull back. We could come back down to this VWAP here at 4797. Affirm, well, let's see. Here we go. Affirm had a down. We broke the primary downtrend, and then we set up a secondary outside of the primary. And I was expecting to pull back and then a jump up on this downward wedge, but we went right past it. And now coming back down, we're right on the money line right here. So I would not be surprised to see Affirm have a good rest of the week. But we'll wait and see. Again, not a financial consultant, advisor yet, but we are, take it for what it's worth. I think we're going to bounce off and come back up, but we could come back down here. And hey, that's the way it is. I give you possibilities, and yep, up, down, sideways. Overall, we are just kind of consolidating right here. So, but the big news, the good thing is we broke the overall major downtrend. So we could up down a little bit, but Affirm's pretty volatile. So I expect to move down or up here this week. BNGO. A thing that I like to see is the weekly deviations spread apart, and then they get squeezed like this. That usually means a trend change. Usually, I'm working on doing a lot of back testing on that. I would like to be able to somehow get a indicator that can measure the degrees of this kind of squeeze together. It looks like it's a good 50% area change between all this, and now it's tightened up. Some kind of indicator that does that. That would be pretty nice, because that usually means a big trend change. and this was going down. So usually now that means that it's starting to go up. That's why I got in. I got into BNGO at 273, and I'm gonna really wait for more of a major move up before I put more money into it. I just have a date night into it right now. Um, oh, I skipped over some here. I went to my watch list and stuff. I was wondering. Um, so I'll back up a little bit. CEI um, on the day, we had the big move up, and now it's just consolidating. We are below the average price on the weekly. We're getting close to, the half dev would be right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to, retest this area at 7728. And then maybe a bounce up. You could do a quick 2 day swing on it. But if you're waiting for long term, I would definitely wait to see where it goes outside of this consolidation area from 6969 and 1.05 to see which direction that CEI is heading into. Sybil, uh, a lot of the OTCs, they were in this long downtrend. It broke the major downtrend. This is a secondary downtrend here, and we went sideways, like I said, and it came to a decision point, and it looks like it broke to the upside. Typically, after it does that, it tries to meet the point and then comes up. I would still want to see us get away from this downtrend line before I'm really confident in it. It definitely can break back down. This could be just a big straddle and come back down here and then continue the downtrend. Straddle is kind of like right here. Here's the downtrend line. It broke, came back down under, up. It retested again, and then this time it finally broke. But a lot of times, OTCs do a lot of straddling. So ILIS was really, really famous for that. A lot of downtrends. So with that said, I'm not confident quite yet in Sybil for it to make a break to the upside quite yet. To be conservative, I'd wait for around 0213, set a higher high right here. Remember, that's what you want. You want the break of the downtrend. You want to assert a higher high, and then that doesn't mean, well, it broke here, so now I get in and look at that big difference. No, after it breaks a higher high, you wait for a higher low. That higher low, can be anywhere higher than this. It could come all the way back down to, the 0148 area even. It can come all the way down. Now, I would be concerned about that because then that means it broke this support line right here. So, 0173, it definitely could retest that and then set a higher high. And you're in right here as it's going up. I would much rather, matter of fact, every good trader, guys, buying the dip. This is not buying the dip. Okay, you buy right here. Yep. Oh boy, we went up. But if you're scalping, that's fine. That's scalping. That's dead cat bounce because what happens down here? Oh, buy the dip, comes up. Oh, comes down here. Oh, buy the dip. Well, now it's always easy after the fact to see this, but this wasn't here, right? Well, Ron, and things are eventually going to turn around. Oh, really? Do I have to show you again? AITX. All right. $61. Oh, hey, buy the dip. Wow, I went from 60 down to 10. Now I'm in really good. Oh, really? Well, then it comes down to $2. Well, man, now it's really going to turn around. Oh, really? Comes down to $1. Comes down to 001. from 61 bucks. And that's just in the last 3 years. All right, over the last 20 years, on the 20-year chart, it was over $47,000. All right, never assume that a good stock is going to it's eventually going to come back up. Don't assume that. That's how you lose all your money. All right, so with Sybil, I just wait, guys. I didn't get in down here. I got in right here. I got out right there, got in right here, made that move up. I got out at 6.4. I got out right here. It was well past the fourth deviation. I got out, enjoyed the ride down. I got, that's my long story right here. All right. I'm in a date night right here and enjoying this down, coming down. I'm not going to average down. That was my entry right there with my date night. I'm happy with that. If it eventually works its way back up, I might now get in if it stays above this line and it sets a higher high, higher low, then I'll average in. So getting back to my original thing here is good traders, let's put it this way, good traders average up, if anything. They don't average down unless you're intraday trading and you know what you're doing. You don't buy the dip when it's on the way down and you're under a downtrend. You just don't do that. I did it here. It's hard to see on the weekly, but when you have a stock, we have this is a stage 1, that's stage 2, this is stage 3, that's stage 4, this is stage 1. Okay. It's up, down, higher highs, higher lows. That's a stage 1 reversal right here. Okay, when it sets higher highs, higher lows from the last high in the downtrend, it should have been on this side of the downtrend. That's your stage 1 reversal area right there. Then you have stage 2. Higher highs, it goes up. Stage 2. On the way up, these are buying the dip areas right here. Right? You buy the dip, you move your stop loss up to here. Comes up, comes back down, starts going up. You buy here, you move your stop loss here. Comes up, dip. You could buy even a little bit more, bring your stop loss right here. That's buying the dip, and you do it on the way up. Okay? Bad traders. Coming up, consolidation. Now this is what they call a stage 3 reversal. Consolidation, lower highs, and then it starts coming down. That's stage 3 right here. That's this area. This is stage 4. In other words, that's the trend reversal. You're now in a downtrend. You do not buy dips on the way down. You set your trend line. It breaks. Stage 1. Higher high, higher low. That's your stage 1 reversal right here. Sets in a higher high, higher low. There's your entry point. And then we're back to here. That's what good traders do. Good traders, if anything, average up as it's going up. They add on the dips and add in and increase their profit. You don't buy on the way down. That's a losing proposition. It's been proven. It's a fact. All right. Just a little lesson there. So with Sybil, that's I know everyone's like, man, it's staying above here. It broke the downtrend. Yep. We don't have a higher high yet. Yep, we have higher highs in here. Okay, but overall, we're in an early position for a stage one reversal. Okay, that is exciting. Yep, higher high, higher low, but guess what? We don't have a higher high yet. So what can happen? It could come back down, and we're on the way down. Well, Ron, Sybil's such an awesome, yeah, it is, and I have confidence that it's going to break this. I'm not going to put my money in it's literally is gambling at this point. It's not good trading. I wait and I do not break the rules. Even though I did on this one, didn't have a stop loss. It cost me a date night to get in. Okay, so I'm just advising you guys: wait for it to get a higher high. Get in right here. All right. Well, yeah, but you lost 40%. If I got in, right here, I could have averaged down here, and I missed this much of the move if I didn't get in right here. Again, well, right here we could still be going down, and you have all this time, 3 months right here. Okay. Well, guess what? 3 months. Let's say you got stopped out right here, $1,000, right? Well, guess what? You could have gotten into AEI. Now you could have gotten into some other one. Uh, some of the other ones that have been running lately. MULN, right? You could have gotten in that big MULN run. That 1,000 could have turned into 3,000, right? Instead, your $1,000 is sitting there waiting. Oh, look, oh, we're fine. I lucked out, and it could have averaged down here, maybe average. Let's say you get lucky. Okay, well now that 80% move made you some good money, but guess what? All of that time, that $1,000 is sitting there when you could have gotten in MULN, whatever, and you would have been up 3 grand. You could have took that 3 grand, waited for here, and got in here, and you would have probably made the same amount of money than if you did with all of that averaging down. And you're sleeping well at night knowing that it's going to be going up, and you took all that money that you made. You just waited for this nonsense to finish, and you get in right here, and then it's going up, and you make your money. See, so and you make it with two extra $1,000 that you made on another trade instead of having it sitting here. Okay, make the same amount of money coming in, but you're not wasting your time, and you are making money as it goes up. Smart trading. So that's what I have with Sybil. Exciting, very exciting, but we're not going to the moon quite yet on that. DATS, same thing. We're still underneath this downtrend right here. Just a slow bleed. Now we're getting higher. We got a little higher high here, but we're consolidating. It looks really good. Very typical. A lot of the other OTCs. I would not be surprised if we get a break here. Maybe maybe a straddle or something like that, or we break and we set a higher high or a higher low, and then we set a higher high, and boom, there's your entry right there. So that's looking like it's trying to start a stage one reversal. So that's good for DATS. FERN, I told the people in the Discord, here's a great example. It started to consolidate. It broke the downtrend. It tried to come back down and meet the point of this wedge that was here. And now look, about right here, it set a higher high. And on this candle right here, that's a higher low, right? So here's the low, here's the previous low, here's a higher high, boom. There's your next low on this candle right here. As soon as it gets higher than that candle, there's your entry point. And I told people to look out for that on, my last video was how long ago? Go back and watch it. That's exactly what I was waiting for. That's what I thought was going to happen, and that's what happened. So here's your entry point right there. I would set um, my original stop loss right there, and you're off and running already. Now that this could take off. It might have a bad couple of days or something like that, but your stop is down here, and then boom, there you go. That's the stage one reversal, and that's what we're in right now with FERN. FERN's looking good. If you're not in it, um, I would probably wait to see what happens at 0166. See if it could break this candle here. Then a little aggressive. I maybe put a date night in because this area right here, we could have a couple of red days in a row here, but and have a dip and then maybe get in on that dip and then let it run. So, but we're definitely have set a higher high and higher low. We broke the downtrend. We broke this deviation line right here. So, like I said, things like the retest, it broke here, or retested and broke and is coming through. So things are looking good for FERN. HDUP, here we go. It broke the downtrend right here, big day. Now it put in this. It's a bearish candle. It usually means a trend reversal. But this is on a daily chart. Here we have a higher high. So now we'll see where the low is. We don't know yet. This one candle. If you're really aggressive, you could say, well, that's a lower low. Yeah. But we'll wait and see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow might be, another low here and maybe another low here. Okay, so if tomorrow, you're itching to get in, if it breaks that, that previous high candle body candle wise, then that might be something to look at and get in. Let's see, where are we at right here on this? I would say, yeah, if it breaks 0751 area, you might want to get in, be a little aggressive on that. It's better to be aggressive knowing that it's coming up than going down underneath the downtrend line. Because overall, you get in a little bit higher, it dips back down. We're on a stage one reversal. That means that eventually it's going to be going up, so that wouldn't be a bad area to get into at all after time. So ICOA, same thing. Here we go. We're going to the moon, right? Get in underneath, and boom, this happens. Still under the downtrend again. How low will it go? It will go. I always say, if we're underneath the downtrend line, I will expect it to go to zero. So I will scalp this kind of move. I will not hold long. Okay, as soon as it gapped up like that and it starts coming down, I'm out. So it just saves you a lot of stress. And you're like, yeah, but the next day it can go up. Well, overall, on a big move like that, it doesn't. IDEX is looking really good. Here's that spread. It's pinching here. I'm in at 95 cents. We're at $1.08 right now. So things are looking good for IDEX. IDR is an IPO that I just threw on here. That's looking pretty good. It had a bad day today, but it's about 50% retracement. So here's the money line. This is the candle that had the most volume. So I might wait for it to maybe come back up and break that 1051. But this has a lot of potential to it. FXY was up 4.5%. That's looking pretty good. Now this is a spread out. That's a little bit different from what I was talking about before. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be going down, even though it is going down. It broke the primary downtrend line back here. It consolidated, uh, had pretty much kind of a double top right there, so it wasn't even a higher high. It came back down, but now we set a higher high and a higher low. Good place to get in right here. We're below the average price. We bottomed out right here at -1 deviation, so I would probably wait to make sure that it breaks this. But this looks interesting because this is setting up what they call a bullish triangle. It's an ascending triangle, which a little bit higher than the average 78%. It's a really good sign that it's going up. So IFXY might be a good time to get into. IFXY, a good time to get in. ILST, same thing, broke the downtrend, set in a higher high. We got a bullish candle. It's a hammer right here. The bears tried to push it down. The bulls came right back up. So ILST, I'm sorry. Look at that. This is a secondary. So good time to scalp this one. I wouldn't be surprised to actually, again, to still see a bullish move. Test that overall downtrend, will probably come back down, and then treat it with respect. It's underneath that downtrend, so just be careful. I'd just be scalping that right now. ILS, again, this is exactly right here. See, it broke a downtrend, came back up. This is actually another secondary one. Got rejected, but it set up a support line. It broke the secondary, and see, it came back down. ILS loves to straddle, so you always have to be careful. But what I said, I believe on the previous video, is going horizontal right now, consolidating, is good, and it's consolidating with this uptrend, this support line. So overall, we're in kind of like a uptrend in an overall downtrend. So ILS, again, still setting up. Hopefully, it looks like we'll be coming out and breaking to the upside, but as long as we're underneath that downtrend, I'm very careful with ILS. I would just still be scalping this. I'd be confident in the scalp right now because it is holding that uptrend support line quite well. So we could see another big break, just like what we had back here. So this would be, I think, a pretty good area to get into with ILS, especially tomorrow if we break, the 1539 area and move upward. That might be a good spot to get in to see a move like this over here, and maybe break the downtrend over here, and then maybe a slight pullback, and then we'll be off to the races and with ILS. So that's looking really good. JPEX, same thing. Downtrend, comes up, meets it, comes down, tries to meet it, comes down, gaps down, comes up, tries to meet it again. Again, see, guys, it's like, oh, look at, buy the dip, boom, buy the dip. Okay, now we don't know what's going to happen here. So we just flattened out right here. The thing is, we broke the trend line right here. So that's a good sign. Even though we flattened out here, there's obviously there's support back here in all this business. So I personally would just wait until we get a higher high, than here. We come up something like this, higher high, higher low, boom, you're in. And then we had the stage 1 area right here, and you're getting in as it breaks the previous high, and you're good to go. So JPEX, I would right now I'd hold off on JPEX. MJWL, if I could get it here. MJ consolidating again. Came up, hit the downtrend, came down, hit the downtrend, came down. came up here, broke the downtrend, came back down, consolidated past it, jump up, and now we're coming down again. So, but overall, I think MJWL, like a lot of the other OTCs, are starting to find their bottom and starting to make kind of a late OTC bull run here. Uh, look familiar? Same thing. Bottomed out with MONI, and we are slowly getting to the average price here. But what I don't like is the weeklies are still going down. So I would probably wait a little bit longer on MONI. MWWC, same thing, downtrend, comes back down. I'll probably see consolidation down in this area, and I'd be waiting for that to set another higher high and higher low before I'd mess with that. One World Universe broke downtrend, consolidation, broken record. I would wait for it to get another higher high from this previous candle back here at 0962, pull back down, and then that might be something to get interested in. PSWW, this is something that we want to take a look at. There are some big moves in here that I talked about earlier, and you could have made quite a bit. And if you notice, the weekly deviations are crunching together. So I still think that there is a good possibility for PSWW to make another run. It broke this downtrend line here, had a big run up, and now we came back down. We're about 50% of where that big candle was. So I would be itching to get in here. If you want to be really conservative, you could wait for it to come see if it will retest 0.0165, which is the average on the weekly. See if it will retest that, and then bounce off of that. TCDA is one that I'm involved in. I got in previously, made some money, got out, and now I'm back in at 949. Yep, that's above average price. And here's an example, guys. See how it's squeezed down here? It's squeezed, and then boom, it had a big breakout. So that's something that I'm trying to find a way to scan for those. But what excites me about this is the 3-week weekly, or the 3-year weekly. We had this nice. Just a minute, guys. We had this nice, here's a cup right here, and here's a handle. A little aggressive. We're still below this downtrend line. That's why I didn't put a ton of money into it. But if it breaks that, I really think I really see a big move here, at least up to around $18. Right now we're at $9.59. So think it's still iffy, and I'm gambling a little bit here. But it definitely looks like it's setting up a cup, and then if it breaks, that 1048, 1050 area, I think we're off and running. And next we have VRAR. It's another kind of new one. I think I mentioned it a couple times before. It broke the downtrend, set a higher high, higher low. I got in at 652, and again, see, I got stopped out here, made some money off of this here, and then I just waited. Used that money for other stuff during that trade, came back in here, and now it looks like we're breaking through, retested that -1 area, and I am thinking that it's going to at least come up to 813, and maybe bounce around and work its way back to the upside. So things are looking pretty decent with VRAR. I've got like a 590. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I thought it was a little lower than that, like 583 stop loss on this. So VRAR's looking kind of good. WNPT, I'm, how long has it been now? And yep, it's gone down. Now it's coming up. It could go down again. For me, guys, this is just a long-term lotto pick hold. Didn't have that good old OTC bull run type of jump, but things are heating up. The WNBD has come up. It was down to 0.0005, and we're at sevens now or so. 7.5. So um, I'm just waiting for it to have a spike up, and I'll be, oh yeah, this is nice, and make some good money on it, and then get out. So it's worth the wait for me. If it doesn't, I forgot about the money literally. So no skin off my back really on that one. And last is XELA. Remember, I told you I got in right here off that higher high, higher low, but still below the trend line. So I got stopped out right here, and I'm glad I did, because now we're down to the fours. But it looks like we're consolidating and maybe breaking this downtrend line. So I'm keeping an eye on XELA also. So with that, I'm thinking. I went over. I didn't go over Mulan, so okay. Got to hit that one. MULN. Uh, we definitely had a low here, high, higher low. Today was a bad day, so now we're just kind of bouncing around here. Now this is on the weekly, guys. So bad week, but we're still above the 247 area. So you have to have patience. It just signified a reversal. So we'll see what happens here. If we get below 247, I'm out, and I'll wait for this downtrend right here to finish out. But next week we could, especially if we break 303 area, this could definitely pop back up. So just kind of wait and see with that one. Matter of fact, I might as well go over I got into GP, broke the downtrend line, had a nice little kind of an ugly looking bowl right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little dip and then come back up. But I'm looking to see GP to work its way up. The average price, guys, is $17.71. So I got in this one. Now this is a longer play. So remember that these are weekly candles. And then another one that I got into is Jamia. Same thing. Jamia broke the downtrend on a nice bull here, and I got in at 12.18, and I'm expecting a little bit of a dip, and I'm going to add more, and I'm expecting bigger things with Jamia. Here's the downtrend. It's on the way up. Most likely, this momentum here is at least going to push up to the negative 0.5 deviation, which is like 1432, and maybe pushing back up to 2127 area, which is just the average price. And if it has that kind of momentum to get up to there, then we could be seeing a really nice uptrend with Jamia. Again, this is for me, this is long term. So I'm getting excited to eventually wait to see a high and then a higher low. And then guess what? Then I'll be adding on the way up with Jamia. And then another one is Beam. Beam had similar type of breakout. Beam is very, very explosive. It's run up to $75 before. I'm in at 23.82. We're up to 25.37. So I'm pretty excited about Beam also. on the weekly. And just remember, guys, when I mean by long play, I mean a lot of your plays have patience with. It might be uh, a 2 week swing type of thing, and if it just keeps going up, well, just keep moving your stop losses up, and maybe give them a little breathing room with the stop losses. A good example is one that I was in over a year ago now, um, and I'm still in it. I got out and I got back in it. But here's the 3 year weekly. But what I want to show you is the 20-year monthly. So look at that big massive. It was up at the $68 range, came all the way down to 64 cents. Set in a higher high and a higher low, and as soon as it broke that high right there, that's where I got in. That's what it looks like, guys. That's a good entry point right there. Did I get in here? Nope. Because guess what? It went from 68 to 64. So don't you think it could go from 64 to 0005? Yes, it can. But I waited and got in right here. This was going to be kind of like what I'm doing with Beam right now. And so I'll wait and see. It just had a massive move up. And set up for kind of a 3 bar play right here. So in this area, I move my stop loss up. So just in case it crashed, I'm done and I'm out. I made my money and happy. But I put up a 3 bar play here, and then uh, uh, as you see, it had a double top here. So I got anxious about right here. I moved my stop loss up, but then it had another rip up, and then after that, then I'm letting it roll because I saw this. I started telling people about this back in, I don't know how long ago. I think it was June. Um, and in the Discord, and back in June, I know there's some people uh, that were that got into it when I told them to here, and that was at $12.92, and we're up to what, $30.42 right now. Um, Not setting up the best so far. The way it looks now, this is a monthly candle, so this could definitely change. It could come up, end up right here, or it could be down here. But right now it looks like a bearish kind of a hammer right here. But this month just started, so I'll wait and see what happens with this one. But we are in an area of concern because we're just about at this resistance point right here. This is one of my targets. And if we break through that, then most likely we're going to 46.52. So very, I'm still very excited about that. I got out here and got back in right here. Didn't miss out too much money right there. And so I'm excited about this. But the example, again, guys, was a 2 week swing could turn into a year-long play. And there's nothing wrong with that. Very slow moving, hard to see with the deviations in here. But I got them way down here, and here's where I was moving my stops, just right here. Did not like that candle right here. I got out, had that big move back up, broke that previous candle, and look where I am right there. I get in right when it broke that candle, and boom, from 22.44 up to 32.35. Easy money, guys. Easy money. That of course it's been over a year, but I can't remember how much. 465%, something like that in a year, and that's my money working for me, and slow and steady. But how many guys can say out of day trading every day? Throughout a whole year's, their whole portfolio is up over 465%. And that's just with one stock over a year. So There's a lot of people that their whole portfolio hasn't made over 50%, let alone down over a year, with all that work. Where this was just set it and forget it, up 465%. So that's the easy way, very easy, comfortable way of investing. So that is what you call a long-term investment. A lot of people are looking at ILIS, doing that way, but AR is a little different from ILIS. It's Nasdaq stock, so energy stock. So um, a little bit more predictable, a little bit more of easier price movements. It's not as volatile as OTC. So that's the way to go. Don't always have all your portfolio in OTC or a specific, all energy or something like that. Diversify. Have money that you have to day trade or swing trade, and have some and do some work and find some good stocks that are doing well, and just let them play out over the year, and go from there. So I rambled on enough, guys. I hope you had a really good weekend, and looking forward to a good week. And you guys take care. Bye.